Welcome back to another episode of TD Take Podcast. As always, your host out of the Mile High City, Big Joe. I'm riding shotgun with me, holding it down from the heart of the Midwest, boy T, aka Terrell, aka my guy, my brother. Shoot. How's it going, my guy?
Hey man, it's going good. Another hot day. A weather check for you, man. It was like 99 degrees out here in the Midwest. Another hot day, but got to go outside. Talking a little bit lower on this episode because I got my kid over here behind me. We only in a 2-bedroom right now with 3 kids, so it's rough. But we're making it work. Yeah, it was hot, bro. Other than that, though, we went on bike rides. We had the sprinkler out, man. We were, we got tan. We got tan. So yeah, man. How's it going over there in the Mile High?
Man, I mean, it's been hot as well. Luckily, we had a little bit of a rain cool down, I guess. I mean, it said it was going to have severe thunderstorms. I think it sprinkled a little bit, but it did definitely cool it down. Right now it is 72 degrees and a good 9 o'clock at night. The high today was 85. But like you said, it's just, all we see is red.
Not fun.
But we've got an exciting built-up episode for you guys today. Hope you guys are ready. We're going to be covering everything from UFC to NBA trades. There's a couple things happening, and we'll go ahead and we'll cover it all. We're going to hop right into it here. Let you start it off, brother.
Yeah, well, we will start it off with the UFC 317 in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Man, and let me just start off by saying I'm on the East. I'm in the Midwest, but we're on Eastern time, and boy was the main card started at 10 o'clock over here. It's like a Lakers game at 10 o'clock over here, and man, it was rough. But I think the main card started at 10, and we got done. The fight got done at I want to say close to around 1. And thank God, because it was a quick one, but we can go over it here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and run down the fights.
We had Talbot versus Lima. I'm not going to talk too much about Talbot versus Lima. That fight was all right. Darius, this guy's name's kind of hard to say. Darius or whatever, won via decision. It could have went versus Moicano. I'm probably destroying these names, but it could have went either way. That fight was entertaining. The next fight, though, man, was a banger. Was an absolute banger. You know what? I'm skipping over. Where is it? Oh no, not Van. Yeah, Van Royal. We're good. That's what I was thinking about. But the fight I was looking forward to was Van and Royval, because Royval fights out of Denver.
Joshua Van and Brandon Royval.
Yeah, Brandon fights out of Denver, bro. He fights out of the Mile High, trains out there and stuff. So yeah, and he was getting down, bro. He was winning the fight. Well, I don't want to say he was winning, but
he had some better rounds. You're saying
it was looking like a draw. I had him up 2-1, but they clapped for the last 10 seconds, and they did doom. They went to war, and freaking Royval got dropped. He got dropped with 2 seconds left, and that's all the judges needed to see.
Huh? Yep.
Because if you look at a close fight, and you got guys really, really close, fighting, and then one gets dropped, who are you going to give it to? The guy that dropped the dude, right? You know what I'm saying? Because obviously they were doing everything on par. But so yeah, Royval God, I didn't put any money up, and I was gonna put a parlay with Royval, but I'm glad I didn't. But, and shout outs to him, dude. He's a fucking warrior. He's a warrior, man. I'm sitting here talking I lost money on him, dude. This dude just went out there and put his life on the line, you know what I'm saying? Fucking fought his heart out, bro. Because right when he got off, even hit the ground, he was like, fuck. He knew that. So he's a dog, bro. He'll be back.
Yeah.
But next up we had the co-main versus Cara France. Pantoja just mauled him. He mauled him, man. Pantoja's he's a dog, one of my favorite fighters. He gets labeled as a boring fighter though because he grapples a lot. He'll hug your back, stay on your back for a lot of the fight. But I mean, it's called mixed martial arts, bro. It's called mixed martial arts,
and it's controlling the match. I heard
he did win.
Could be wrong, but I heard Israel Adesanya had some promises on his title after he won that. I guess that could be a fight to look forward to.
We'll see. Izzy's kind of old, man. Izzy's kind of old. I'd hope Izzy just chill out because Pantoja wrestles, man. He's a really good wrestler. Izzy's not a good wrestler. It'd be a horrible matchup for Izzy. Horrible matchup. But like I said, the only one that can beat Pantoja is probably Brandon. Brandon, I think his name's Brandon Moreno. I believe that's his name. I'm probably butchering his name up too, but fights out of Mexico, really good fighter. And then the main event, bro. Everybody was looking forward to the main event. Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira, and
Oof.
bro, first round, 2 minutes and 27 seconds in, left hook, excuse me, just put Charles out, bro. He was out before he hit the ground. You guys haven't seen I'll try to put a link or try to post the video. I'm getting good with CapCut, learning how to use CapCut on TikTok to add some stuff. I'll try to make a video. But just to recap, UFC 317, we had Talbot winning via decision. We had Darius winning via decision. We had Van beating Brandon Royval via decision. We had Pantoja winning via rear naked choke 1 minute 55 seconds into the third and final round. And then we had Ilia Topuria knocking out Charles Oliveira first round, 2 minutes 27 seconds in. So Topuria has knocked out Oliveira. He's knocked out Max Holloway, and he's knocked out Volkanovski. He's knocked out 3 legends.
Got
time for
2 belts, and he ain't slowing down.
All kind of older guys, but it's time for him to fight, the young guys in the competition. I know they had Patty jump in the middle of the ring, and I was just like,
yeah, I think Dana White didn't really like that.
Wait a little bit.
Nah,
Dana didn't. Wait a little bit on Patty. Patty will get his time. Little too early for him. I believe it's a little too early for him, but yeah. UFC
he looks like he wants it though.
Banger.
We'll see. He looks like he wants
it. And then we got UFC. I don't know what UFC 318 is. I'd have to look into it, but 319 is Chimaev versus. Let me see how to say this guy's name before I butcher it. Driscus Duplessis. So we got Hamzat Chimaev versus Driscus Duplessis in the main event. The co-main event is Jared Cannonier versus Michael Page. That'll be a really good fight. You also got Jared Mearshart on there fighting a Mikhail Let's. I ain't gonna try to say that. Edson Barboza's on there. Really good fight. Tim Elliott, couple big names from back in the day. Paulo Costa's fighting on there. Michael Johnson's fighting on there. A couple good fights. You never know what you'll get from Michael Johnson, but that'll wrap up the UFC segment. The TD Takes UFC updates.
Yeah, a little spinoff on that actually. We got Drake. He actually placed a $200,000 bet on Oliveira, and this was after he lost $800,000 betting on that Game 6 in the finals, and then now he lost another $2K on this bet.
Well, that's the trend. If Drake bets on you or your team, you're gonna lose. Everybody calling it the Drake effect and things like that. So what I would do if I was Drake, and because I don't ever have a lot of money to bet, but when you do have money to bet, like what I would do if I was Drake, I would do especially if you have a track record like this, pick a team that you think's gonna win and bet the opposite team.
Right.
Because since your bets are always wrong, you know what I mean?
Maybe something happens.
Something's gotta happen.
But hey, not our money.
Yep.
Rich people things, I guess. Huh?
Rich people things. Next up in the UFC and TD Takes UFC updates, we have Tom Aspinall is the new UFC heavyweight champion. Do you guys think that there should have been a decisive fight for that belt? Because that's what I think. I think they shouldn't have just crowned him. He's the number 1 contender, but that division is stacked. And granted, John Jones did hold that division up for, a year or whatever the case may be. But, when you're the GOAT like that, you can do that.
Yeah.
But to give someone the belt that hasn't fought in a while, and he has been knocking dudes out and things like that. But
has
normally
he ever had the belt?
No, but normally they do like an interim belt.
So
you know what I mean? Normally they do like an interim belt, and then they give him the interim belt, and then they have like him and another guy fight for John Jones's title. They normally do, but they just came out flat out and said, and that's kind of. I know Tom Aspinall too probably doesn't like that because he probably wants to go and win the title and have it strapped around his belt, whereas he probably just, hey brother, you're the new UFC heavyweight champion.
Right.
Okay. Didn't even get a crowd or anything like that. It's gonna walk out with a belt that he never really won yet. So he's probably gonna feel like that. But I think he will. I don't think he's a fraud. I think he's legit.
Should he have to fight soon?
I think he should have to fight, yeah.
Should it be like a 6 month and then a 6 month or like
before the end of the year? Before the end of the year, yes.
Yeah.
Most definitely before the end of the year.
And have a prove your worth fight kind of deal.
Well, he'd be defending his title.
And who do you think personally is the number 1 defender besides him? Who would be his number 1 defender? Who would be the next up coming and going?
Cyril Gain, or however you say that guy's name. The dude John Jones choked out. The big dude that had it for him.
Okay.
I think he can beat Tom Aspinall or yeah. Dude, I just personally love watching heavyweights fight. You see all these little guys all fast doing all these kicks that if they get you, they'll knock you up. These heavyweights, bro, they're freaking They throwing some freaking lead in those gloves. So I would just love to see. I would just love to see. Love to see him fight and win that title, or anybody win that title. But yeah, that's how. Except we got a TD Takes boxing update.
Is it boxing? Is it not? I don't know. Personally,
he said
we're gonna find out. I kind of want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments. Obviously, last night during the UFC event, Jake Paul had a fight against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He did win. Jake Paul won. Excuse me. I think it was by decision. I believe.
So he went the distance. I didn't watch the fight. I was too busy.
Yeah.
On these UFC fights.
Fireworks already starting around here, I guess.
Imagine all the guys that got like PTSD from the war and shit. They hear that. It's kind of messed up.
Yeah, it was a unanimous decision at the end of the fight.
Okay. How many rounds?
Yeah, so they went to.
Was it 9?
Let's see.
My bad. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
I mean, I didn't plan on talking rounds. 10 rounds.
Okay, so he went 10 rounds. Well, 12 is boxing. But real professional boxing is 12 normally. Yeah, he smoked them. The judges scored it 99, 91, 98, 92, 97, 93. Oh my
god. Yeah. So, but I what I thought was funny was at the after the fight, little commentation or whatever. Julio pretty much had this to say. Excuse me, I'll get this going here in just a second.
The guy he just beat, Julio, he had something to say.
Yeah, this is what he had to say.
It's on him changed.
He's a strong, good boxer. The first 3-4 rounds. After that, I feel tired of him. So I don't think he's ready for the champions, but he's a good fighter.
Have your opinions on
the guy he just beat. So what is everybody's thoughts? Is he ready to fight a real name? He hasn't fought a real name yet. He's fought a lot of old people. He's fought a lot of, people that are not in the game in their in their prime.
Yeah, absolutely.
People that have
way past their prime
and all that stuff. So
because the fight game's a young man's game.
So
I don't think he's a fraud. I think he's a good boxer, but do I think he's a champion boxer? Absolutely not.
Right. Sorry. Dog is very afraid of fireworks over
here. The dog over there. We got a special guest. We got a special guest, Hennessy, on the podcast.
Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna help Mama
introduce that beautiful girl.
She's not trying to move. She's afraid of the fireworks. Yeah, she's terrified of the fireworks.
That's how Trig was, dude.
So I'm trying to get her not to be right here shaking in the corner and kind of hang out with Mom. So 1 second.
I wonder if you can play something like inside, like on the TV, loud enough to where she wouldn't hear them. Put a show on.
Well, it was just that one. Minnie didn't go.
I heard that one. I heard it through here. It went.
Yeah, but yeah, in 1 second here.
You're good, brother. You're good. Take care of them pets.
Alrighty. As soon as he gets back here, we will get that resumed. Apologies for that. She is okay though.
Dog's okay. Dog's okay. We're good.
Dog is good. Everything's good. She's got a tree and she's hanging out. So, but yeah. So let's hear you guys' thoughts, comments on that. And if he is worthy for a fight, who should he fight? Should he have to work his way up to one of those kind of like belts? I guess I should say.
Look when he fought Tommy Fury, he lost. When he fought a regular fighter his age, he lost.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So should it be a belt type of fight, or should he have to work his way up? Should he have to become a contender? Should he have to fight real boxers, real age, real time boxers, and then work his way up to get a belt? If Jake Paul, if you're trying to be legit in this, what do you need to do? What come on, let's be realistic. What do you need to do to get a chance? And let's hear what everybody else thinks you should have to do.
Here's my take on it. Obviously, you should fight contenders, but why do guys retire? What do they say? They don't what? They don't got it no more, right? That's why they retire, right? Nobody retires because they just, I'm just going to retire. They retire because they don't got it no more. So you're telling me you're literally challenging guys who have told themselves they don't got it anymore years ago. It's not like they've recently retired. This is 2-3 years out of retirement. These guys aren't training. These guys are living their lives. They're retired. So, but it's smart to do that strategically, do that. It gets views, it gets money, it pays the bills. So hats off to him. I'll knock his ass out. I'm fresh off the couch, man. I get work.
Set it up. Oh, yes.
But yeah, we appreciate you guys rocking with us with those segments.
That concludes our TD Takes UFC updates. Next up here is going to go ahead and switch things over. Next topic, TD Takes cinematic updates. We're going to cover some movies that are coming out and let you guys know kind of what we're going to do, what we're going to see.
Yeah, this is mainly going to be Joe's segment because these are all movies that Joe's probably going to be watching aside from the third one. I'll definitely be watching that third one. Bro, I wonder if we can do. I wonder if Netflix does watch parties, where you and I can watch it at the same time. You literally
Probably.
You know what a watch party is?
Yeah.
Where you invite everybody to the link,
yeah.
and then when you pause it, or it pauses it for everybody, and we literally watch it. We should look into that. Start throwing these watch parties, and if anybody else listening wants to get in on these watch parties, let me know.
Exactly. So, movies out now. Megan 2.0. F1 for all the parents out there. Disney's Pixar Elio. I feel like it's not getting enough credit out there only because of the fact that Lilo and Stitch just came out and dropped huge. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that, and
that's
it's like Aliens. Nobody messes with that. If you're gonna do Aliens, do it like Wall-E.
I know, but you got to give it a chance. I haven't seen it. You know, I do want to see it. You know, you never know. You know, I'm not gonna know if my son is gonna like it or not. Excuse me. So, but How to Train Your Dragon. Lilo and Stitch has also been out for a while. As soon as one of these movies that we're going to be sharing that he's talking about is actually going to be the Mission Impossible. As soon as that drops, we're going to go ahead and figure out and do a watch party on that. That'll probably be one of our first ones. And
that'll
then
probably
also
drop on Prime.
Yeah, and then also Karate Kid Legends. So those, and then obviously Sinners, but we've covered that. So those are out now. Check them out. Coming soon to theaters. New Jurassic World Rebirth.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
that's going to be a big one. Superman,
super excited
is coming out. Same day as Superman for everybody that's kind of not into that kind of type of movie and you want a different type of movie. There's also a drop on Netflix, Medea's Destination Wedding. I think it's going to be the newest Medea drop for you guys there.
Shout out Tyler Perry.
So if you like those, check them out. We also got, as we said, Fantastic Four coming out. There's a movie called Sketch. There's a new Smurfs coming out, and then there I think last but not least on the list coming out soon, August 1st, The Bad Guys 2.
So if you guys are like me and thinking about renewing your Cinemark Plus, getting that $10 a month to get that free movie, I mean, now's a good time to do it. I know I paused mine for a little bit because it got a little stale, but now's a good time to do it. Back to
especially summertime. Get your kids
what
out.
movie did you say before?
Superman.
Oh yeah, shout out to Soups on Twitter and TikTok. He actually saw it early to yesterday. Not allowed to talk about it, but saw it early, and from what I'm gathering, is it's good.
Okay.
And I don't want it to be spoiled and things like that. It says he can talk about it on the 7th of July. That's when everybody's allowed to talk about it, but. That's something Joe and I are hoping we'll be able to do one day, is be able to go to the, an early, whether it be any movie, Superman's a big movie, but whether it be any movie, it'd be an honor for us to do something like that. But
shout out Cinemark, help us get there, share it,
put us out there. You know it.
But that is going to conclude TD Takes Cinematic Updates, y'all. We're going to try and do more of these segments and get more involved in the episodes for you guys. And it also gives us a chance to split it up a little bit better for TikToks and Instagram posts for you guys as well. If you're new here, check us out. Like, subscribe, follow, share. We greatly appreciate it. You want to jump into you want to call out the next segment?
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and slide into our next segment, the TD Takes NFL Updates. Joe recently saw some information on the Rams Jared Verse, and I saw this a while back. I think this is from a month or so ago, but Rams Jared Verse
it came out June 28, 2025 on NFL.
So about a month ago. Jared Verse from the Rams, the one who got, I think it was him on the Madden game, got crossed by a Saquon and got a little upset about that, but he said the Eagles have the best opposing fan base. Quote, I've got to give them that. End quote.
No. Jared Verse is their rookie, but that's the one that worked out with Aaron Donald.
Yeah, number 0. Yeah, on the Madden
8. Jared Verse is a rookie. Didn't he just get drafted?
No, he played last year. He was I swear he was on the Madden trailer for this year, and it showed, he got upset because it showed Saquon juking him and he fell over, and he's like, man, I played Madden all my life.
I didn't know. I thought that was
he said I played
back.
He said I played Madden. He said I played Madden all my life, and he said they did me real dirty. Oh, I wish I could look it up on my phone. I'm running that iOS update. I could look it up right now.
No, Saquon jumped over Jerrion Jones. My brother, you're talking Jacksonville.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking, dude, if my phone wasn't.
He might have played last year. You could be wrong. He Verse has since won AP Defensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah.
Yeah, he won Rookie of the Year.
So he last year he was the rookie.
Yeah,
was when he was drafted, correct?
Yeah, but what happened was Madden came out with that trailer and it showed Saquon before he did the jump. because it's showing Saquon running against a bunch of other teams, and it showed Saquon in the game crossed him up, and he went to Twitter and said, "Man, that's messed up, Madden. I've been playing you for years, and this is my first time in the game because he was a rookie." And he says, "And this is how I get done up." And he did. What's funny, bro, is What's funny is he did get juked up by Jalen Hurts or by Saquon in that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does say Eagles fans have the best. We have the best fan base, literally, because we travel well too. Eagles travel well. We talk that shit, and we're just about that life. You know what I'm saying?
That's for the NFC. You ain't got nothing on the AFC. Y'all don't want to see us. Come check out the Raiders. Come check out the Broncos in the Raiders game. You don't want to be there.
We're playing you guys on.
But yeah, so that I thought that was pretty interesting. A little, respect respect gives respect due kind of thing. Next up, we got Buda Baker. He also came out with a little statement. He a little excitement for this upcoming season. Hopeful despite having more losing seasons than winning seasons in his first 8 with Arizona. So see what happens there. They're on a build. We've said it multiple times. We'll say it again. It's up to Kyler Murray how far that team goes. So yes. You have one of the top, one of the best tight ends in the league. Young too. He'll be there. He ain't going nowhere. You got one of the best wide receivers, coming out as a rookie last year, only getting better, only getting stronger and bigger. And his dad was a great. So, he's got the talent. He's got a great running back. Their defense is getting better. Kyler Murray, hey, it's up to you, man. Let's see what you can do for this team. They need you. Team needs you, man. Team needs you.
He needs you.
Next up, free agent Tyler Boyd came out and said he thinks he still has a few more years left in him. Kind of want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. If so, what are your guys' landing spots? He came out and said that he would love to play for the Steelers. Thinks that he could be a great additive weapon to the offense. What are your guys' thoughts to that? I honestly think that ain't a horrible addition to that offense after losing George Pickens and gaining DK Metcalf. Gives them a little bit of a second look with a little bit more of a veteran status. What are your thoughts, brother? What you think?
Is he a free agent? I still think he's, Football's tough. How old is he?
Good question.
Football's tough on the body, man, especially as a wide receiver. You're getting
30 years old.
2-3 years, maybe. I think he maybe signs a 1 or 2 year deal somewhere. But, the wide receiver, you're getting cracked.
Yeah,
man.
But when you look at it, the reason why I said, what did Aaron Rodgers come out and say? Retirement after the year. So he says, Steelers, I want to play for you. I think I can be an additive weapon to your offense. Does Aaron Rodgers say, hey, let's get him. Let's grab him out of free agency. Let's pay him for a year, like you said. If you think he's only good for 1 to 3 more years, one good year with the Steelers, does that make them contenders? Does that make them, conference contenders, I should say?
You can probably get him for a little bit, especially if he's still a free agent. But it's getting close. Well,
but does that make the Steelers conference contenders? Does that make them go to the conference championship? Adding somebody like that. So, yeah, crazy news. Next up.
Because the Steelers are in the AFC North. You're telling me the Steelers, that puts them better than the Bengals? That puts them better than the Ravens? No, nowhere near. Just off one receiver? Hell no, bro. It maybe puts them better than the Browns, but they're arguably the worst. The Steelers are arguably the worst team in that division because the Browns look like they got their stuff together. But we'll see. The Browns are the Browns, So we'll see.
True. Yeah. Next up, Amari Cooper, free agent. What team could benefit from him, if any? Does he retire? Does he try and get a contract? What are you thinking? Last year he did have a decent year with the Bills. He's been around, Cowboys, Cleveland, Buffalo.
I honestly thought he was still with the Bills.
Could he go to somewhere like Denver? Somewhere like, sad to say, don't want to see it happen, Kansas City.
Bro, I know it's
Denver could use him though. Come on though.
But at least, honestly,
I'm not saying we go get him.
At least you guys could defend that. Like it's better for them. It's better for them to get a wide receiver somebody who you match up well against. Whereas imagine if they got like a really good safety or something. Well, now it's just harder for your wide receivers to match up. But nope, they got a wide receiver. Your guys are already locked down. Doesn't matter what wide receiver they get. You guys are already locked down.
So,
but if he did go to Denver,
2 days ago,
ESPN
ESPN Sports Illustrated said Cardinals should be the one to go get him. Well, 10 hours ago and 24 hours ago, BMV Sports and Yahoo Sports said Broncos. Is there new talk? Is there something that we don't know, Bronco fans? Is this something that we want to see happen, Bronco fans?
Also, the Cowboys are interested. I heard reports of the Cowboys being interested to make a reunion.
If that happens, I think it would be a one year retire season.
It says top contenders, Seattle and Dallas are most active in pursuing it. Seattle might get them. Seattle's building something.
They're trying to.
Like Thanos.
They're losing a lot, though. Yeah. So last up for NFL's updates for you guys. We have NFL Top 100 countdown beginning tomorrow. We have less than, in the Mountain Standard Time, we have less than 3 hours till tomorrow begins. So
you already know who's
you're gonna wake up. News is gonna start hitting.
The number one player is in the league.
Not Jalen Hurts.
No, he was top 10.
He ain't never gonna be neither.
It's Saquon though.
Hey, it should be. It really should be.
It really should be. But yeah, it should be.
But yeah,
that's something we'll be covering for sure.
Oh yeah, we will go ahead and cover that with you guys head to toe from 100 to 1. That concludes TD Takes NFL updates for you guys. Next up, we got TD Takes fantasy football updates. Go ahead. Let's get into it.
Today we created the fantasy league. Set the draft. So what we did was we went ahead and created a fantasy league. So to anybody who sees this, we created a fantasy league, 10-player league. So right now, Joe and I are in it, obviously, as administrators. $50 buy-in. That puts the pot at $500 through Yahoo Fantasy app. So the money stays on Yahoo. That puts the pot at $500 with first place taking home $350. Second place doubling your buy-in gives you $100, and then third place gets your money back. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna be doing weekly like giveaway type deals. $10 gift card here and there. Nothing too crazy because we ain't trying to go broke doing this. But if you do end up deciding to join our fantasy league, just look for, like, for example, say you're in last place, but you have a really good player, but all your other players are, crap in the bed. Well, we'll do something like, here's a $10 gift card to Best Buy for whoever player puts up the most points. And, the guy in last place might have the best wide receiver. He puts up 56 points. Well, guess what? You just won a $10 gift card, to wherever, and you just paid, you paid $50 to get in. Things like that. We're not really sure what we're going to do yet, but we have 2 months to figure it out. But to the 8 other people who decide to join, it would be awesome. We do plan on trying to make this a yearly thing, like we said in the other episode, where, we get a trophy and things like that. But for the winner of this, you'll get the payout. You also get a shirt. So we'll need to know your size and things like that and where you're at, things like that. And we'll send it to you. But yeah, it's a 10-person league, $50 buy-in. You got to pay up front to get in.
Yep. Pay to get in.
Go ahead
and the money goes in the app, and the money pays it out of the app. It doesn't go into anybody. We don't see it. We don't touch it. Winner takes the money. That's how it's going to work.
And then right now so far it's set to a snake draft. So it's a randomized snake draft with Yahoo making the list randomized, but we're down to go live and do like a raffle, put everybody's name in the raffle and kind of see who we pull out to make the list. But yeah, if you want to join the NFL Fantasy League, our NFL Football Fantasy League, definitely hit us up. We'd love to have you. But that's the
we're
TD
looking
Takes
for a
Fantasy
couple
Football
more editions, and we'll get you guys posted on that.
Well, not 8 more because we have a couple, so we're probably looking about 5 more.
Maybe 5. We'll see. 2 to 3 for sure. 2 to 3 guarantees, and then we'll get bigger each year.
I'm down to boost it up to a 12-man league.
Yeah, we can if we need to.
But that's only
next up, you want to call it out? Go ahead.
Yeah. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and we'll dribble into this next segment, the TD Takes NBA updates. Lonzo Ball. Yep, first up, Lonzo Ball traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Hopefully, let's see. They announced on the 28th he was traded, so yesterday. The trade will be official on the 6th of July. Cleveland Cavaliers received Lonzo Ball, and the Chicago Bulls, who they traded with, received
previous 2 seasons with injuries.
Yeah, but he's back. Chicago Bulls will receive Isaac Okoro. He's a wing. Let's break this down. Player and contract breakdown. Lonzo Ball's 27. He does have an injury history, just like Joe said. He did miss the 22. He did miss 22 to 20, the 22 and 23 NBA basketball season with left knee issues, including meniscus and collagen transplant. So a lot of that was healing. A lot of that's like, rehab and things like that. His stats though, through 35 games that he did play, are 7.6 points per game, 3.4 rebounds per game. That's brawny numbers, man.
Yep.
But contract. He did sign a 2-year, $20 million deal with a team option on the second year. Isaac Okoro, who the Chicago Bulls got, he is 24. He played 55 games last year. There's something going on in your background, Jeff. He played 55 games last year and did 6.1 points per game, 2.4 rebounds per game, and 1.2 assists. So, I mean, it looked like an even trade to me. With Lonzo actually has better stats than this guy on less games. But, and Isaac still has $22 million left on his contract. It looked like a really good deal, honestly. Hopefully LeBron goes down there to Cleveland and, reunites it. But on that same news, he's probably not. Financial and strategic considerations. Cavaliers gained a ball handling playmaker in Lonzo Ball at a slightly lower cap hit. Bulls get a younger defensive wing. It's just a measly old trade, man. I don't know who won the trade.
How
if
do
I
we
were to say
think
who
this
wins
goes
the trade,
with? They already have, big time shooter over there in Cleveland. So what are we thinking? How does that pair up?
I don't know.
Is this
I
huge for
think
them,
Cleveland's
or
still
is this...
contenders. I think they're still contenders. It boosts them a little bit, but I mean, if he can stay on the court, we're good. If he can't, we'll see. But that brings me to my next topic: is LeBron's recovering from his MCL sprain that he endured in May, gearing up for his third season. He did opt in on his player option. I was hoping that he didn't. Joe didn't think anybody would trade for him or anything, like he's a bum or something, like he didn't carry the NBA for the last 20 years. You know what I'm saying? But he's going into year 23. Some of you guys that are listening ain't even 23 years old. So that's crazy. LeBron's literally been hooping since you were in diapers, literally hooping since you were in the womb. LeBron James literally been hooping since before you were even a thought. And he's still in the league, still a top 10 player, still a top 15 player, still winning Olympic gold medals. Won another Olympic gold medal this year or last, was it? Yeah, it was last year. Won a NBA title with the Lakers. So put some respect on LeBron.
Praise him
Put
all
some
you want.
respect on LeBron. Because who do you respect? Who do you respect? Birthday boy 2 days ago. Shout out Shannon Sharp. We forgot to shout out your birthday, man.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp.
But who does Shannon Sharp think the GOAT is? LeBron James.
Hey, what happened?
LeBron James.
Lakers didn't happen in 5. I respect Shannon Sharp. Doesn't mean I have to respect him like in LeBron and the Lakers.
That's all right. He just knows LeBron's the GOAT. But yeah, so we hope to see LeBron back on the court this next year doing big things. Hopefully we get to see him with his son. That's probably why he opted into his contract, because he's going to go with his son. But it would have been cool to see him go to Cleveland and bring home a title.
Yep. But yeah, that is going to conclude TT Takes NBA updates. We're going to jump into this last one for you guys here. It's our last segment every episode. TT Takes Would You Rather segment.
Would you rather?
So tonight we've got a little bit of a serious one here. Would you rather lose an arm or lose a leg? Your choice of which leg or which arm, or stay with your wife, right? And not break up your family, or you keep them, you don't lose anything. Bye, sayonara.
But you lose the relationship.
Never get to see your kids again.
Right? You just definitely losing an arm. Yeah. Well, do I want to lose an arm?
I said I'm gonna do a leg, and we could be talking, knee down.
I don't want to lose a leg. Nah, bro. I don't want to. Nah, I don't want to lose.
I think I'm picking my left leg.
Nah, I'm losing my fucking arm.
Because I got my hand. I got hands all day long to help. I can do stuff all day long with my hands.
Bro, you're tripping, bro. I'm getting a robot arm.
And they got robot legs too.
Yeah, but think of it like it's gonna be harder for you to swim. You can't drive to the basket when we ball up. You can't drive. I got Joe. This nigga's slow. I got him. Step up.
Yeah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying.
At least I can.
You taking your left or right? Left or right though? I'm gonna lose my left if I choose an arm because I can't. I'm not a lefty. I'm a righty for sure.
I don't know. And when we're playing football, you
Bro.
can snag some one-handers.
Yeah. I can throw, I can shoot.
You can still throw bags. Without falling over by accident. The only thing you couldn't do is softball. You'd have to do it like one-handed and things like that. But I'm just thinking about the prosthetics, because the prosthetics of a hand have come a far way. Legs, it's more like paper, like the curved little, legs aren't really, you can't like kick off swimming, you can't jump. I'll probably do my left arm. I do a lot of things left-handed. I'd have to learn how to do a lot of stuff right-handed. Or I'd probably lose my right. But yeah, I wouldn't leave my girl, man. I wouldn't leave.
Man, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm staying.
Would she do it for me?
Let my wife live my life.
She would. Yeah. But yeah, let us know. Let us know. What would you do? Would you rather lose an arm or a leg or not lose lose an arm? Would you rather lose an arm or a leg and stay with your wife, or not lose any body part, but you don't get to see your wife again? I'm losing the body part. I'm in love.
And like I said, for us, that's splitting up homes, so that's tough. And that's not me. So we gonna stick it out through and through. But yes, without further ado, that concludes the TD Takes episode here for you guys.
Podcast. TD Takes podcast episode, man. We appreciate you guys rocking with us, man. Right now, just a little update about everything. We did get the Instagram going, Facebook up and going too a little bit. Kind of just taking our time with things, not trying to get overwhelmed, because we are dads. We do work outside of this. I just had a baby. Joe's got a lot going on with, he started a new job. His wife's trying to figure out transitioning into a new job and things like that. Not trying to get too personal, but we do have a lot of stuff going on, so it is difficult for us to manage this. Luckily, I think I got 2.5 more weeks, and then I go back to work. So it's gonna be hard. But if there's any editors out there that want to get paid to help us, edit up, we ain't trying to break the bank, but if you want to make a little bit of side money. But yeah, so that's a little bit of the TD Take updates for you. That's what's kind of going on. And other than that, we got the NFL ticket and everything figured out. So we'll be ready. We got 2 months to get this
ticket red zone
ready for the NFL season.
We will be having a whole big box, a bunch of games. Both of us are going to be watching it at the same time. We'll have a bunch of stuff going for you guys. Like I said, bear with us as we get into this NFL season. It's going to be big. That's going to be the biggest, topics for us throughout the year, outside of cinematic stuff and things like that. But
go check those movies out.
Looking forward to it. We're really excited for this next step and hope you guys are ready for this journey with us.
Absolutely. Stay safe out there, you guys. God bless you, and have a good night. Signing off.
Have a good night.